People quit drinking for a whole lot of different reasons. You know, not everybody's the same. Not everybody that drinks is some sort of degenerate or piece of shit. Some people think that if you have a drinking problem or even if you even drink, that you're an alcoholic. I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to be able to tell you what qualifies as an alcoholic technically. But for me, when somebody presented the idea of quitting drinking for like 30 days, they said, they were challenging me. They were basically saying that they felt like I was an alcoholic. And back in those days, my ego couldn't handle criticism like that. And so, of course, I didn't agree. So the person said, okay, do you think that you could just quit drinking anytime you want to? I said, yeah, I could. I knew I wasn't going to, but yeah, I can. Okay, do it. No, I don't want to, and I don't have to prove it to you. Okay, so that was about as far as that got until the person says, okay, how about this? What about the idea of quitting for like 30 days? Could you do that? Yeah, I could. Okay, prove it. Now, at that point, I thought about not doing it. No, I don't gotta do that. I don't have nothing to prove to you. But again, ego, big ol' ego. Yeah, I can do that. So I decided I was gonna quit drinking for like 30 days. Long story short, I made it 28 days. I felt like at the time, it's only 2 days shorter. I've basically made it 30 days. I've proven that I can make it 30 days. But I didn't prove anything. I didn't make it 30 days, I made it 28 days. And on that 28th day, I was even talking to the person, saying, man, I really, would you look down on me if I was to go ahead and drink? It's been 28 days, it's been almost 30 days, Would you look down on me, or, do you care? Is it gonna bother you? That's the type of person I was back then. I didn't make it to 30 days, I made it 28 days. And even when I was gonna give up early, I still did it my vocabulary is not the best. Okay, so I'm gonna say I just did it in a bitch way. I didn't say, hey, you know what, you were right. It's 28 days, it's not quite 30. I'm gonna go ahead and give up this challenge. You're right, I was wrong. At least then I could have had some sort of respect in the situation. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I drank that day. As soon as that person was just like, it's whatever you want to do, it's your own body, it's your own life, They didn't say, yeah, go ahead. They lost respect for me. What respect they had for me, they lost for me in that moment. Because of the way that I went about it. So I went ahead and drank. And internally, I felt tiny. I'm trying to change my vocabulary and not use felt like a bitch all the time or something. So I felt tiny, I felt small, I felt weak. Now, I didn't vocalize that. What happened was it actually just came out in my behavior and in my mood and my temperament. And this is just me looking back on it now. I wish that I had the maturity back then to see what I was doing and the way that I was acting and where it was coming from. But I felt weak, and so my behavior displayed that of a weak person. And rather than maybe trying it again, redeem myself, I just buried it with alcohol. And that's amongst many different things, that's one little story, one little part of the feelings and stuff that I've had, And a lot of us alcoholics, we walk around, we carry around all these failures or these perceived failures, or like I always say, regret. We always carry around a bunch of regret. It feels good to be proud of yourself, and I don't mean like the wrong kind of pride, right? But being the type of person where you had a problem, you did something about it. Like I'm in the stage where I've done something about it. I'm gonna think about 103, 104 days ago. I did something about it. I wanted this to stick, so I focused on the person I wanted to become. I'm being that guy. You know, the person that I want to become, one, obviously has overcome alcohol and the triggers, you know, and things like that. And the person that I want to become is obviously in, you know, real good shape mentally and physically and spiritually. But in addition to that, the person that I'm becoming is someone who helps people. One of the first things I did when I decided to quit drinking was I went and checked out YouTube videos. At least at my age, I've matured enough and I've gotten smart enough to know that there are people who are in the position that I want to be in, and they've shared their stories on how they did it and how they succeeded and what's working for them, what worked for them, and what's still working for them. You know, so I went and researched that. I still do every day because this is a purposeful endeavor. And so because I went and did that, I know, or I believe, that what it is that I'm doing now, because I'm in a position where I don't as much need to be spoon-fed or you know, have my hand held walking down the road so I don't bump my head and fall down. I'm in a position now where I can actually help people. And that's what I'm going to do. That is what I'm doing. You know, even if these videos only reach one person, they reach only one person. But I remember the pain. Mentally and physically and spiritually, I remember the pain. I always remember thinking that if I could ever get out of that I would repay. And so I'm 103 days out of it. Maybe 104. I forget. So I'm here to help. If you have any questions that you think I might be able to answer, or if you just want to, you know, shoot the shit, reach out to me. I'm here to support you. If you're trying to quit drinking, or you're thinking about quitting, or you have and you're just like, you know, maybe struggling a little bit, give me a holler. Shoot me a comment. I'll find a way where we can connect with each other. I have been experimenting with the lives. I don't have a specific time yet of where I'm going to start doing lives, but I think that'll be the good place for us to get together and, you know, go over these things. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a great rest of your day on purpose. God bless you. Stay alcohol free if you can. I'm out here, my friend.